What do you think is the first thing that people see or think when they see online income opportunities? Suspicion, right? And honestly, I felt exactly the same way. My first reaction when I saw income claims was, what? You're going to be kidding me. This is way too good to be true. It has to be, there's got to be more to it, right? This cannot be real. So, to give you some perspective, my background is in physiotherapy. I've got a PhD in physiotherapy, and currently I'm in research. So, naturally, I am very skeptical, analytical, and I want to know the ins and outs of things. So, when something sounds too good to be true, my brain naturally starts asking many questions. And I think it's actually a normal reaction, and especially for many professional people. When you see people claiming to make ten thousands of dollars per month online, and especially if you are not familiar with that kind of money, even though it gets you excited, your nervous system immediately goes into protection mode. And then naturally, you start asking questions like, is this legitimate? Is this real? What are they not telling us? Are these people just making up these things? How can it be real? I've never seen this before. Ah, it's just a scam. And the truth is, skepticism is actually a healthy thing. A lot of noise on the internet. There's a lot of claims, there's a lot of hype. Young people make a lot of money, influencers, and all of that. And you're thinking it's made for a specific type of person. There are also a lot of exaggerated promises online, marketing messages that just sound way too good to be true. And naturally, that makes you cautious. And being cautious is not a negative thing, it actually means that you are thinking. So for me, instead of jumping in immediately, I actually wanted to. I had to just stop myself because it sounded really good and very exciting. Um, but before I jumped in, I started asking questions, a lot of them. What exactly is this business model? Where does the money actually come from? Who wants to buy this? How do you learn how to sell this? Who teaches you to sell this? What are you selling? Probably one of the most important ones. How do I promote this? And what do I get when I'm selling? And what kind of training is involved in here? Who's going to help me do this? Is there a guarantee that I will get my money back? Will I make a return on investment? How will people hear about this? And I guess that's after all these questions and getting answers and then having more questions, I think the reality started to kick in when I realized that behind all of the noise on the internet, there are legitimate business models. There are legitimate people trying to actually um, make money and sell courses, and people that are genuinely trying to help. There are models that make sense. What eventually changed things for me wasn't necessarily the screenshots about all the money and all the claims and all the wins that people had, although that was very attractive. It was when I found a program with a particular structure. When I finally found a digital marketing system that explained how digital marketing actually works, how online sales work, who you're actually speaking to, and also how you can figure that out, and what your role is in this whole promotion, in marketing, in selling the product. That's when it started making sense to me. I realized something really important. This isn't magic internet money, although we all want that, right? It's about learning a skill, marketing, and applying that skill in a structured system, in a structured way. Here's what you need to know. That doesn't mean that this is instant. In fact, it is not. If you've thought that you've been lied, if somebody has told you that you've been lied to, it also doesn't mean that it's effortless. But when the model is structured and the training is clear, it stops feeling like some mysterious internet. So, if your first reaction to online income opportunities is skepticism, you're probably responding exactly the way a thoughtful person should or would. If you want to learn more, or if you're curious about the system that I eventually found that helped me to make sense of all of this, that helped me to understand how this works, I've linked it below in the description so that you can take a look at how it is structured in your own time.